Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
I'd like to discuss today Parshas Bamidbar, a very interesting Midrash on the parsha, which I believe will bring out a tremendous idea that we could really take home, really take to heart. Parshas Bamidbar is a very long parsha, but doesn't seem to be too much going on. There aren't so many mitzvahs in Parshas Bamidbar, and also not too many stories in Parshas Bamidbar, but yet it's an extremely, extremely long parsha. The reason why it's such a long parsha is because most of the parsha is made up of the counting of Bnai Yisrael, telling how each shevet, how many people were in each shevet, who was the leader of each shevet, and where was each shevet located. And Chazal teach us an amazing thing about each shevet. You see, each shevet had their own degel. They had their own flag. What's so chashuv? Why did the Torah have to tell us that they had their own flag? So the Midrash says the following. When Klal Yisrael was on Har Sinai, and they saw the heavens open up in front of them, and they saw what was going on in Shemayim, they were able to see that there were legions of angels, of malachim. But the angels were all organized. The angels were all in their groups, and each group of angels had their own flag. And when Klal Yisrael saw that, they said, we also want our own flags. We want to have our own flags too. And so we see in this week's parsha, they got their own flags. And the Midrash goes on. And it says, when the Umas Ha'olam and all the other nations of the world saw that the Jewish people had flags, they said, we want to have flags too. Now, it seems like a funny thing. Like, who cares? What's the big deal? Why do you need to have a flag? So you might say something very simple, and that is a flag represents your people, your tribe. It's a certain form of nationalism. It's something to rally around. We all believe in the same cause. We all together. We're all one. Now, you can even see in the United States, let's say, where there's one national flag, and each state has their own flag. Why is it done that way? The reason is because originally, when the United States was created, there was a argument about whether or not they should be one united federal government, meaning that they should all be united, or no, each state wanted to have their own rules and they wanted to be self-governed. Here, though, in our situation with Klal Yisrael and the Torah, all of Klal Yisrael has the same rules. It's not like in each state there are different rules. All of Klal Yisrael has the same rules. So if all of Klal Yisrael has the same rules, and each tribe is not self-governed, everybody has the same batei dinim. Yes, maybe in each tribe they have their own beis din, but they're all going based on all the same rules, all the same halachos. So why does each tribe of Klal Yisrael have to have their own flag? And it's very interesting. Klal Yisrael as a whole did not have their own flag. The flags were only individuals. There wasn't one flag that united all of Klal Yisrael. It was rather each flag was for their specific shevet. How do you explain this? And why were the Umas Ha'olam jealous of it? Why did Klal Yisrael want this in the first place? Because the angels had it. I believe the message that the Midrash is trying to teach us is that these flags represented that every person, every angel, let's start with the angels, every angel knew their place. You see, in Shemayim, there are many, many angels. In fact, we probably don't even know the number. It could be endless amounts of angels there are. But every angel has their own place, their own tachlis, the specific things that they're supposed to do. Sometimes you might think that the little angels are going to be jealous of the big angels, the famous angels, the Malach, Gavriel, Michoel, right? The famous Raphael, those famous angels that we learn about, who went to Avram Avinu or were involved with other things around Jewish history. But there are a lot of angels we don't know their names. There are a lot of angels out there that have their specific tachlis. And each one of those groups of angels, they have their flag. Their flag represents, I know what my tachlis is. I'm rallying around my specific mission. And we have groups of angels that have this mission, and we have groups of angels that have that mission. And when Klal Yisrael saw that, they saw, wow, every group of angels is proud for their specific mission. So they said, we want that too. Of course, our flag, so to speak, is the Torah. And that applies to all of Klal Yisrael. But every single tribe has their own individual flag to show that each tribe, each shevet, has their own specific mahalech, their own derech in their avodas Hashem. Yes, we all are work within the rules of the Torah. We're all following the Torah. But even within the Torah itself, people have different derech. There's Hasidim and there's Sfardim and there's Ashkenazim, there's Litvaks. There's so many groups, and there are even subcategories in each one. Because every person, every group has their specific tachlis. As long as you remain within the realm of Torah mitzvahs, 613 mitzvahs, as long as you're within the realm of Shulchan Aruch, of the halacha, of the Messiah, so then there could be many, many drachim. And the point is to be proud. Yes, I'm keeping the Torah, but I'm doing my derech too. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And when I saw that, I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm in shevet Reuven. I'm supposed to be in this over here. This is my tachlis. I'm in shevet Yisachar. This is my tachlis. And when the nations of the world saw that, they saw that Klal Yisrael was in perfect harmony. There was no jealousy. Everybody knew exactly what he's supposed to do. Really, that's the key to the cure for jealousy. Jealousy is because I look at that person, I say, he has something that I want. I deserve that thing. How come he has it? But that's saying I want to be in his place, but I have my own place. I have my own mission. And I should rally around my flag, that I know that what I'm doing is exactly what the Bnai Yisrael wants from me. And that's what the nations of the world saw, that Klal Yisrael, there was no jealousy. Klal Yisrael saw that this is, I'm supposed to be doing my tachlis. I'm supposed to be doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. The only first place that we see that there was this jealousy is when Korach riled up Klal Yisrael and said, not fair. You see, that really was one person. He's the one who did it. He took Dothan and Aviram, who already were Rishoyim and already went up against Moshe, and they convinced very chashuv members of shevet Reuven to join them as well. But really, there was nothing to start with. It was only just Korach. But the rest of Klal Yisrael, they knew we have flags. We have exactly what we're supposed to be. We know we're supposed to be. We have exactly what we're supposed to have. This is the key of the flags. When I see I have a specific mission, there's something very unique and special for me. I know my place. And if I know my place, that is the source. That is the starting point for fulfilling my mission in this world. And that is how a person comes to true satisfaction in this world. Not by having everything, but by doing what I'm meant to do. By fulfilling my tachlis in this world. Remember, you have your flag. You have your specific place that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants you to fulfill. And only you can do that. And we need you. Every member of Klal Yisrael needs to do their specific mission, needs to do their tachlis in order for us to reach completion. We need each other. Therefore, we can be mechazik each other. But always remember, you are special. You are unique. And that's why HaKadosh Baruch Hu created you with specific tachlis. Shkoyach, good Shabbos.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.